Well, I made the same mistake a lot of you folks are making. I know code inside and out. I wrote a law dictionary encyclopedia. I wasted so many years studying that stuff, and I just, like I said the other day to somebody, I have 9 feet of law books. If I stacked them up one day to clean up the house, and it's like, this is ridiculous. I don't need any of these books anymore. I thought I needed these books. I'm not an attorney. I don't need this nonsense. I don't need to know any of this stuff. I'm a man. I'm moving in common law. Holy bejeez. I'm done. I'm done with all this nonsense.
Everything you're saying is code pleading does not work.
That's a joke. Because I don't know the judge. I don't go to school with him. You know, and all the shenanigans that those guys play behind chambers. I'm not a selected member to that party. It's like trying to be a bricklayer in New York City or Chicago, and you didn't pay your union dues. So you want to try to pretend that you're an attorney or a pro se attorney in their court, and you didn't pay your union dues, and you didn't pay your dues to that court? They're going to laugh at you. You're not going to lay a brick in New York City until you pay your dues. So that's the way I look at when I deal with any kind of statutory court, civil court, any kind of administrative court, any kind of equity court. I don't pay my dues to this club. They're not going to accept me. They're going to laugh at me. No matter if I'm 100% right, they're still going to just laugh at me. It's like, you're not a card-carrying member. You're not a dues. You're lucky you're here at all. You're lucky we even, like, wait a minute, buddy. This is a public building. You're a private society. You're a private legal society occupying a public building. No, people. No. Like I said to some guy named Tom Murphy, I said to him, so why don't you folks out in California just say, hey, this is a public building, and court is open 24/7, right? Okay, so when the private legal society is done with them from 9 to 5, why can't we hold public court from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night? They have night courts in New York City. They have night courts in Chicago. They have night courts in Boston. Why can't we have night court here? And why can't we do the public's business, the people's business at night? You want to allow the leasing process to go through with a public private entity called a legal society? You go right ahead. But this is a public building. Why do you close the door at 5 o'clock at night? I told him to take it down to the county commissioner and tell the county commissioner a group of you people want the courthouse to be open for the public from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock at night, 2 nights a week. Make a simple proposal. So that way we could conduct common law trials, because for some reason you don't like doing common law. For some reason these lawyers don't do it. For some reason the judges don't want to do it. Well, the common law is the supreme law of this land, and for some reason it's being ignored. For some reason we can't get a common law proceeding going. So why can't we occupy this public building? It's a public building. We pay for it. Why can't we access it? Yeah. Why do they close the door at 5 o'clock? Whatever, a whole bunch of the public says, we're not done. We want to hear common law. We want common law trials. We don't want administrative hearings. They don't let us do common law trials during the daytime. Well, hell, we'll find a retired judge, and we'll bring in our own court reporter, and I'm sure we'll find somebody to volunteer to be a clerk, and let's have some common law trials going on at night. I just thought that was funny, something to toss up. Tom thought that was funny, too. So I don't know if anybody else on this call thinks that's a good idea or what, but I thought it was pretty funny. It's a public building. Because they say the only people who are allowed to speak in that courtroom are card-carrying bar members of the legal society. But I thought it was a public venue. I thought anybody could come into this venue and anybody could bring their claim forward. Well, if you don't have an attorney, we're not going to hear it. If you don't do this, we're not going to hear it. If you don't pay a fee, it's like, what are you saying? I have a right to make a claim. Are you telling me I have to file a fee to make a claim? Oh, no. You don't have to file a fee to make a claim, but you got to file a fee to make a complaint. Oh, I see. So a complaint is different than a claim. Oh, absolutely. We can't charge you a fee to make a claim, but we can charge you a fee to make a complaint because that's legalese. So see, that it's monopolizing the public building. It's like, well, why don't you guys just open up your own private courtroom down the street? And why don't you just leave this public venue alone? Public tax dollars pay for this thing. Why don't we just have public court? Why do we have to do all these fees and all this other nonsense? Because a man has a right to bring his claim forward. Why are you charging me a fee to bring my claim forward? Does a man have a right or not have a right under the 6th and 7th Amendment to a trial by jury? I thought it was a right. Why are you charging me a fee? So I'm just tossing out there. I'm thinking, making you guys, hopefully some of you folks are pretty sharp out there and you're making your wheels spin a little bit.